Hello, and welcome back to Doing It Live with Doomlink. We are here in The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom, and I've just been, I suppose, informed by a viewer, but I should have been able to notice it myself, that when you summon a bed echo, you can actually rest in the damn bed. And then you restore health gradually. I mean, that means, I believe, that we can restore health whenever we want. Which is unbelievable. I actually can't quite believe that, personally. But I shouldn't ignore the evidence of my own eyes. Oh god. Tile room. Let's get out of here. But that's extraordinary. I can actually heal myself whenever I want. Isn't that what I should assume based on this information? Look at this. I can heal. I don't even need to gather hearts. I'm not sure if I like that. I like that it is a feature because it's very creative, but the gameplay mechanic of it feels a little unnatural, doesn't it? It feels like you've just been given access to infinite health, basically. Because there is no sacrifice in summoning a bed. The only sacrifice is your time, and when you're standing there with limited health, you do want to be able to recover your health in whatever way you can. So that's... I have very mixed feelings about that. I'm not sure if I'm very pleased. It is very hard to attach myself to you. Alright, maybe a crawl chiller was a better choice. Oh no, there we go. That worked. Release. And then go away, because you attack the wildlife. Wait, no. That's how we get rid of you. Okay, now what's this? This looks like something I can stand on, does it not? Check. It's got a stamp icon. Oh! It's not quite the tone of his yell, but that's alright. What is going on? I guess this is your Echoes of Wisdom version of Tingle, is that right? Yeah. Hello, I'm the stamp guy. They couldn't think of a better name than that. The stamp guy. This is extraordinary. I've loved stamps since I was a tiny tot. Now I'm Hyrule's hugest stamp fan. This is very Japanese, to be clear. Like, if you're in Japan, you can get a little stamp book and there's stamps everywhere. Particularly at train stations. But anyway, bet you're curious about this island. This is a stamp stand. Did he just describe that as an island? I guess it is, by definition, an island, but it's a little... misleading. A stand for stamping stamps. Yes. Aren't stamps great? Sure. I mean, you would say that, wouldn't you? That plunk, when you press one down, it depends on the stamp. And it also depends on the intensity of the stamping in question. Anyway, to leave a stamp behind, plunk-tacular from start to finish. This is not going to really invigorate the imagination of a child in the Western world, but fine. That's why I love a stamp rally. Because, you know, kids don't have... Like, why would you need a stamp these days? Like, stamping what? Anyway, travelling for stamps, collecting them all, sounds fun, right? Sure. I certainly wouldn't want to contradict you. I think I might get chewed out very aggressively. Also, you have pointy ears. Well, I've created a stamp rally with stamp stands all over Hyrule. Okay. Ready to rally? I bet you're... Rally excited. Oh, I am excited. Yeah, you are. Okay, here's your stamp card. Thanks. You got the first stamp card. Okay, this is a form of collecting things, I guess, but I'm assuming there's a benefit to getting stamps on your stamp card in terms of the video game mechanics. I know you're going to have fun because I had fun making it. Okay. Now get a stamping like you've never stamped before. He does not look like that. This guy needs someone else to make his stamps because he is very biased in drawing himself in that way. We know what he looks like. He doesn't look like that. That's ridiculous. Great work. What a stamp. You would say that, wouldn't you? Look for stands like this all over the world and get every stamp. But hey, there aren't any stands underwater or in buildings. Okay. And they're not in caves either. That'd be way too dangerous for my tastes. I'll give you a reward if you fill up that card with stamps. Push yourself to find them. Get it? Push! Good on you. Can you stop dancing in front of me and get out of my sight? Go Stamp Rally! Oh no, he will continue to dance. Without pause. In front of my very eyes. Let's save the game. That feels like a good moment to save. So what on earth is going on with my stamp card? Can I access it from the menu? Yes. A stamp card for Stamp Rally beginners. Oh, okay, so do I get better stamp cards going forward? It was handmade by the stamp guy, and looks like it. Is that a criticism? Maybe, no, it's not necessarily a criticism. Do you see what I'm concerned about? I mean, he does not look like that. I'm assuming that it's him, because that's how he arrived. He came down on this little hang glider looking thing. He's actually got a chiseled bicep. I mean, I can't quite find the words to describe just how inappropriate it is, or how inaccurate it is, more specifically. Anyway, so I think that we've explored this wall to my satisfaction. So let's probably go down here, begin exploring this area from this side, and then make our way over to the objective. I think that's the way we want to approach this. Let's do that. Is there fall damage in this game? Well, we're not going to find out, because I'm making my way down in a much more responsible manner than what I was initially considering doing. Dark Knight. Oh. Come on, just swing! Oh, you're aiming for the wrong one. And he's being killed, because he's aiming for the wrong one. I think that the Dark Knight should change his target depending on who's closest, but it seems like that's not how it's playing out. So interestingly, the Moblin, and I don't know if they're Moblins, that maybe these guys are Bokoblins or something like that. No, Bokoblins aren't pigs, are they? They're something else. But what I've noticed is that basically their attacks are bouncing off the Dark Knight's armor. They are then standing like this in a very vulnerable position, and then that gives the Dark Knight the opportunity to attack them in return. This is a Borblin, okay. Club Borblin level 2. Okay, so maybe there was another Club Borblin and I just didn't find it, but I found the level 2 version, which is interesting. This is new information. The fact that you've got multi-leveled echoes, which is very good. Adding even more detail to the way the game works. I'm very impressed by this game, I have to tell you. I'm very impressed by it. This is one of the most fun Zelda games I've played, just in general. Okay? And that's a lot. You're competing with my childhood nostalgia now. And you're competing very effectively, Echoes of Wisdom. Oh. Come now. Oh, he jumped up there. I wasn't expecting that. Nice work. I got another Echo, so that must be a different type of Borblin. Okay, let's learn. Oh, he's got like a shuriken. I mean, they're calling it a boomerang. That's a fucking shuriken. I know what a shuriken is when I see one. That's like, this is a bit of an old memory, but when, in early Naruto, because I would have seen this on TV at the time, but, Sasuke in early Naruto has like this massive shuriken. He's like, Windmill of Shadow! Or something like that. It was ridiculous. It's a metal fucking implement. Windmill of Shadow! Or Shadow Windmill! And, yeah, it looks a bit like that. But anyway. Again, unsolicited Naruto memories. Anyway, you got an energy glove. You're not sure what this glove is made of. It increases the likelihood that more energy will appear when you defeat dark monsters. Okay. What do you mean by dark monsters? Are they monsters in the service of Ganon? Is that what you mean? Is that what that means? Anyway, let's equip it, I guess. You can't wear... Oh, you can't wear more accessories right now. So hairpin It makes hearts appear a little more often. Well, we certainly don't need that, and we've established why. We actually have access to healing wares. Not healing wares, but we have access to healing pretty much whenever we want. We can just summon a bed and rest in it. So we definitely don't need that. We will instead equip this. So more energy. So I'm assuming that energy is for the sword mode, right? Are we talking about might crystals, or is this different energy? Because presumably if it were might crystals that it was referring to, they would just say might crystals. So what is energy in this case? More energy will appear after defeating dark monsters. I don't know. At this stage, I do not know. I'm going to open this chest. There's a very Vati-looking enemy coming after me right now. Vati, are you here? You're a regular enemy now. What happened to you? You got 5 warm peppers, although this is meant to, I mean, according to someone, whether it be Nintendo or someone else, this is apparently some years before the first Zelda game, so maybe that is Vati. There he is. As a young eyeball. Anyway, you got 5 warm peppers, okay. These are a key ingredient in Gerudo cooking, but you can't use them in their current form, okay. I'm getting out of here. Let's get a Dark Nut on the go. Oh dear. So this is interesting. We are being pursued very separately by a Vati Scorpion. And the reason why this is important is because they're following us. They are linked to our personal movements, which means that they tend not to interact with the summoned echo that we're using for combat. So they're probably best dealt with using sword mode. So I might do that. I haven't used sword mode recently. I'm actually at risk of failing, so I'm going to save the game. Whether that's a good idea or not. Oh, I saved right in a position where I was going to die. Okay, so I'm assuming unless it's not a perfect save. A perfect save basically is where they save the instance in its entirety. What I would call an imperfect save is where returning to that save will reset the enemies. That is what happened. It reset the enemies. I think that's my first death. Yeah, that's my first death in the game. Oh, I'll learn that echo. Aruroda. I'm surprised to see them basically keep the same spelling and naming of the Japanese word. I'm not familiar with it, but that's very Japanese. Aruroda. Aruroda. Yeah. Normally you would Romanize it by saying Arloda, Arloda, something like that. Anyway. Okay, so this is the level 1. Remember we got Boomerang Borblin level 2, and he had the Windmill of Shadow, but this guy's got an actual boomerang. So what we encountered was a red Borblin with this thing going on. Oh no, that looks a little different. No, he does have... Yeah, it is. Okay, it is that shape. I thought I was going insane. I'm glad I'm not going insane. I'm not even going to explain what I was misunderstanding though. Anyway, so that's the level 2. We've now acquired the level 1 version. So the level 2 is sort of a red colour, whereas your level 1 is yellowy. A light brown, perhaps we could say. Okay. Doing quite well. I'm going to save the game fairly often now. Because... yeah, my performance hasn't been great. It does take a little while to recover your health, but that's fine. I can imagine this taking a very long time later on in the game, but it's a small price to pay for the otherwise very convenient feature, which is healing precisely when you want to, without even consuming anything. It's amazing. I shouldn't lose track of what I have been acquiring. So, for example, this Aurora, maybe it can be used for other things as well. I should probably watch to see what it can do. I have to remember also that I have 4 of these triangles now, so I can summon as many of these as I want. Well, actually 2. I can summon 2 at a time. So let's do that. I was a little confused in that moment as to which one was summoned by me and which one was the original enemy. Nope. Got a whole load of boomerangs coming after me here. I think we need to make a change. Oh. Okay, so a level 2 Baublin, admittedly, is having great difficulty dealing with all of these other Baublins. I have to be very careful here. Apparently they can scream and cause your echoes to be still. I think I'm interpreting that correctly. No, it's hard to tell if it's causing the Dark Nut to stay still or not. I missed my heart. Damn it. Come on, kill him. No, not the Dark Nut. I mean, like, the Dark Nut needs to kill the Baublin. That's what I'm saying. Get in there. No! I'm going to be killed by a boomerang at this rate. In the next boss fight, I should rest in the bed echo mid-fight to assert my dominance. I really should. Alright, let's save the game. Whether that's a good idea or not, I don't care. I'm doing it. Yeah. Alright, we've killed all the Baublins. We didn't get much out of it, but I definitely need to rest now. Definitely need to rest. Watch over me as I sleep. So sword mode, the way I'm approaching sword mode at the moment is, well, A, I'm not really using it. Happy to admit that. B, I'm only using it if it feels like it's required. Because I can only use it for a limited amount of time, right? So I'm trying to be sparing in its use. To explain the logic of that, I don't want to be in a position where I absolutely need it, but then I've got no charge. That would be really annoying. So, yeah. That's the thought process. I'm being sparing in its use to ensure that when I do need it, it can be used. Oh. What's going on with you? You look like, Cyclos from Wind Waker. And you've got a friend, and Cyclos had a brother. I forgot his name. Anyway, the point is, frogs with like a tornado thing going on, that's a bit Wind Waker. I'm going to light you on fire. Oh, never mind, you blew my fire out. That's fine. Try the bird. Okay, I'm not, that was immediately clear to me that that was a stupid decision. Tries actually marking this thing on the map. Marking it in that he's actually hovering over it. I can now warp there. Oh, what happened there? Did the Dark Knight get killed? Yeah, I suppose he did. That is a massive chili. Alright, learn. We now have access to the Tornado Echo, or Tornado, sorry, not Tornado. I saw that word, immediately recognized it as Tornado, and then realized, hold on, that's not how you spell Tornado, what's going on? And then I realized it's Tornando, Tornando. Sounds a bit, South American. Okay. It looks a bit like a, there's a particular Pokemon Wally something? Can't remember what it's called now. Never quiz me on my Pokemon knowledge, for I know very little. But yeah, they charge ahead very aggressively, don't they? Oh. Oh, I see. You can actually send things into the air by... Oh, very good. Okay. So if I ever need to throw something like really far away from its original position, I can use the Tornund or Poliwag. There you go. And Zephos was the other brother, yes. Cyclos and Zephos, very good. But yeah, Poliwag. He looks like a Poliwag. It clearly doesn't do anything. It's not actually harming anyone. Get down here. Look at them flying around. Come on, Darknut. Get to work. It seems that they can't actually harm the Darknut. This is the largest tumbleweed in the history of tumbleweeds. Whoa! Ow. It didn't hurt me, by the looks of it. Yeah, that very tactical positioning of the Darknut is very useful, because when you summon a Darknut, they are summoned in this position, where they are ready to strike, if that makes sense. You don't have to wait for them to gear up, and I've explained this in previous parts, where I actually noticed that to be the case. When you summon a Darknut, it is ready to attack. You don't have to wait for it to gear up, which is very good. What it means is that you may actually be better placed to summon it immediately. Oh, where am I actually? Where the hell am I? I'm not even visible on the map. Am I going crazy? Is that because I'm in here? No, I must not be in there, because that's a frickin' rift. So where am I? Does it default to where you're actually standing? I think, see this thing here? I think it defaults to where you're standing. I just don't understand why on the map right now, I am not visible. Why is that? Oh, it's because of the sandstorm. That's why. The haboob is preventing me from seeing where I am on the map. Well, this is probably where I want to be, wouldn't you say? It doesn't feel like that's where I am. Like, I don't think I'm here. But I am probably somewhere around here. And if that is the rift in question, like if this big rift on the map is in fact the one right here, which it probably isn't. It doesn't look big enough, does it? Well, it's hard to say. But that's probably where I want to go. Right in there. Yeah, bind yourself to something and then have the tornado send it flying. That's kind of cool. That's an option. Oh, Molgera! It's Molgera! What's going on? Oh, I'm having pots thrown at me. Very good. You're awfully cute. Look at you. How cute is that? I want to light you on fire. I don't know if that's working though. I should probably save... Oh, I'm not allowed to save. Well, geez. That's not working. He's not being lit on fire. So let's give the... Windmill of Death! Windmill of Shadow! Let's give that a try. You're just jumping inanely. And to no obvious benefit for either you or I. How about an Octorok? Alright, let's try a Club Orblin, because that is not working. You're also jumping around very weirdly. I might have to use sword mode at this point. My guess is that only the face can be hit. That's just a guess. Yeah, I think we're expected to fight him ourselves. Oh. Okay. I don't have much charge, do I? This is not a successful venture. Should I try and use Try's abilities, see what he can do? No, can't do anything now. Fuck. I'm probably gonna die. Come on out. Oh, see, he's going in a different direction to where I am. I really want to get that rupee. Thank you for the rupees, sir. Thank you. Very kind of you. This is not working, is it? So let me think. He's burrowing. He's long. His head is his weak point. Is there anything that I have that I could use? Particularly anything that would be useful against something burrowing. Distraction. I tried to light his face on fire. It didn't work, as you can see. I think my death might be inevitable here. What about the Tornado? What does Tornado do? Well, I'm dead. So, there you go. Game over. Retry. Where am I? I've ended up here. Okay. That's probably quite fine. What on earth are you? I think you need to die. Oh. Hurry up. I'm almost out. Oh, I see. That is the energy. Remember when I was talking about what this ultimately means? So you can get energy that is unrelated to the might crystals, which is important. So I was trying to remember if we could recover our energy bar without picking up might crystals. Might crystals, as a function, when you pick them up, do automatically fully recover your might gauge. I guess it makes sense for it to be called that. Whatever that gauge is, your energy gauge, we'll just say that. But that's not the only way to recover your energy, which is good to know. I'll try to figure out myself. I'll try to figure it out myself, Takashi. Apparently it's a very simple solution to deal with that boss that I was fighting. Or maybe mini-boss is the word that I want. That Dark Gnom's not having a good time. If it's simple, I should be able to figure it out. So, let's give it another try. Alright, so... Oh. None of it can be hit with the sword. Why would that be? Why would none of it be? Well, they've basically shown that I have to use one of my echoes, right? Because the sword doesn't work, which means that there must be something else. Alright, can try do anything? Try cannot do anything to... Oh, there you go. Pull him out. Okay, you pull him out, and then... Can I light him on fire? Oh, I'm getting sucked in. So that's how you do it. Okay. So all I did there was I thought, well, is try working? When I saw that he wasn't working on the head or the other parts of the body, I just kept on trying it. I get it? Trying it. And eventually I saw that the tail could be affected. So actually all you do is pull him out. There you go. But yeah, you're right. It's quite simple. Nope. Well, I don't really need that heart. Whoops. I don't need that. Pull you out like so. Almost out of energy. Cool. So I'm just hoping that I can still harm him effectively when he's in that state. Alright, let's try to summon a Dark Nut. What's going on? Oh, pressing the wrong buttons again. Yeah, not too difficult to deal with him at all. Oh. I was tempted by the rupee and was and was hit as a result. Alright, so that's that little boss done. I don't know if I should call it a mini-boss or just a very strong enemy, or... yeah, it's hard to know. But I got lots of money out of it. That's good news. Oh, it's another stamp thing. The Dark Knot drowning in the sand cracked you up. Very good. Alright, we got another stamp. Okay. This guy's very self-referential, isn't he? All of his stamps are very flattering drawings of him. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh. That is a fish. I presume that I'll be able to get a new echo from you. You guys are really not working very well together, are you? Let's try this again. Yeah. Alright, kill that fish. I want your echo. Can you see what's happening? So basically the Borblin is flinching, getting hit back, but then the Dark Knot can't quite reach him. And so it turns into this really terrible cycle of both of them being unable to harm one another. Well, it didn't actually play out that way this time, which is good. Oh, new echo? Come on, kill him. Aha. Do you think I can burrow under sand if I use the sand piranha? I'm gonna try it out. Whoops, I didn't really mean to do that. So if I follow you and you burrow under, do I go under as well? Well, it seems that you don't burrow. So if I summon you, you just swim in the sand. You don't actually burrow. Okay. I'm sure that was intentional. I'm assuming that they didn't want you to end up under the sand. It could have been a glitchy situation. Take that. I do love the Ignazol. Forever an Ignazol fan. I would say that's easier than summoning a Dark Knot, to be honest. May not be fully supported by all who hear that opinion, but that's the way I feel right now. Oh, a massive chili, 7 warm peppers. Well, there weren't 7 on the screen. Alright. This is probably enough for another recording, I suspect. I'm going to save the game. Yeah, well that's going to conclude both the live stream and this particular recording for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I hope you all enjoyed watching. I'm really enjoying playing the game right now, if that's not very clear. And I think we're getting ever closer to the dungeon. We may have actually already encountered the entrance to the dungeon, but yeah, I've been trying to adventure around. Hopefully I can find it again, because of course, at the moment, given the presence of the sandstorm, or the haboob as I very affectionately refer to it as, we can't see our position on the map. So it's a little bit disorienting, but not completely. It's not that confusing actually, now that I think about it. But we should be able to find that entrance again. We'll do a little bit more exploring of the Gerudo Desert beforehand, I think. But yeah, once we're ready to take on that dungeon, we'll go straight there. And see how we go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time I'm recording this game. Bye bye for now.